plus taxes and fees where applicable. Prices and offers may vary by location. Prices may be higher on third-party sites or via delivery. No substitutions. Cannot be combined with other offers. Offer not available in Alaska or Hawaii. Copyright 2026 ACE.
We're headed into the home stretch on Wallside's amazing once-in-our-history offer. 82 months, 0 interest. Time's running out to stretch out your payments with 82 months, 0 interest. Plus half off every window. 82 months, 0 interest means lower monthly payments. The home stretch to stretch your payments ends in just days. Wallside, your home for affordable quality. 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
The A.J. Hinch Show, a preview of today's game with Tigers manager A.J. Hinch.
Brought to you by McLaren Health, official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers.
We're getting ready for a 6-game homestand. Starts with 3 games for the Seattle Mariners. And A.J., before we talk about the terrific sweep in Tampa, let's talk about the news of the day, because there is some exciting news. Starting pitchers coming back. Turk Skubal's going to start for West Michigan on Sunday. Let's just start with him and where he is at and what's next for him.
Well, it's great to hear, isn't it? I mean, it's so nice to get him into competition, and he feels ready to go, and really the next test is just to take the governor off during a game. Now, weather is starting to push us towards A-ball, which is not ideal, but we need to get his game in so that he can, potentially be ready to come back. We got the volume up to where we want. Now we get into game mode, and then hopefully that transitions, to where he's normally slotted in. So great to see that he's had 0 issues, whether it's before these outings, after these outings. Live BPs take you to so far, and then you got to get to the games, and here we are. He's remarkable with what he's been able to do post-surgery, and we're anxious to get him to the next step.
Casey and JV are going to throw bullpens or off the mound tomorrow, and describe the next step for each of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, Casey's going to get in a game most likely the early part of the week. Now, we have weather issues again. We have weather in Toledo. We have weather in AA, and so we'll see where that spot's going to be, but he's most likely to pitch on Tuesday. JV is going to throw his pen, and then we've got to determine the next step for him. He's right on the cusp of getting his volume where he needs to, the quality matching. He had a really good game the other day where he eased his way into the game. He finished strong, 5 innings, 64 pitches. We've got some decisions to make on what's next for him. I know everybody's anxiously waiting his, return and getting him a start back here at Comerica. We need some time to sort out what's next for him, whether it's another rehab start or whether he's going to get activated.
Sweep in Tampa, let's talk about it. Tigers offense really came alive, AJ. 25 runs, 10 home runs. It felt like a combination from kind of just watching up from the booth of Torres and Carpenter coming back, certainly, but also a lot of that hard work that they've been putting in for all these weeks finally clicked, and some things clicked. What did you see that was the biggest difference for this offense?
I think just connecting at bats was really key. I've said this a couple times where we needed a good at bat after a good at bat. Not just, Riley Green getting a base hit and then he gets stranded at first base, or not just Dylan Dingler working a walk and then he gets stranded at first base, or Kevin, same thing. We've had a hard time maximizing our opportunities because we haven't put back-to-back at-bats together. Now, all of a sudden, the top of the order in Tampa, Gleyber Torres and Kevin McGonigal and Dylan Dingler, led to Kerry Carpenter and Riley Green. That's 5 guys at the top half of the order that were able to put together some good days. And then you put Jake Rogers in, he hits a home run. You put Zach Short in, he gets a couple hits. There was a lot of connectivity in our lineup, and subsequently our run scoring went up. Our confidence is sky high, and we're going to get challenged this series to continue that against this pitching staff. But I liked how we pieced together at bats.
Troy Melton couldn't throw strike one for 8 batters, and then it was nothing but strike one the rest of the way. 5 base runners, 2 runs the first 8 batters, and then 1 base runner the rest of the way. AJ, that was a pretty impressive start. First time a Tiger starter's gone 8 this year. What'd you like the most?
I liked his adjustments. He and Jake did a really good job of adjusting their game plan. He didn't get too fastball happy as he did at the beginning of the game. He got the Mullins homer. He made some adjustments, and then he was just relentless in the strike zone. They were in swing mode, which is fine. If you want to swing against Troy Melton, you got your hands full, and they did. And he didn't back down from the strike zone. And the fact that he could get in the 8th was basically because of what he did in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. He earned his way to get to that 8th by being very pitch efficient and just doing his part of challenging competition. And it helps our bullpen going into this series. We had the off day yesterday. I've got guys down there with too much rest now, and it's because
Liner to right field. Nishida gets there in time.
It is caught. Taken back, Sterling Thompson.
Grounded right side. Nunez over to get it in the hole. What a play to get the lead runner.
Here comes Owen Casey coming on into a slide. He's got it.
Pulled out to third. A diving stop to his right by Riley. Quick onto his feet. Throws over for the out.
Emo fighting the sun, racing in, dives, rolls, and makes the catch.
Juan racing back, still going back. Makes the catch. Hit that wall hard.
Loop down to right. Suzuki sliding, and he made the grab. What a catch.
Toward the foul line. Nimmo coming on, and he makes another sliding catch.
Bareheaded by Turner, and Turner is able to throw out a very speedy runner.
Liner caught by Rengifo. He went as high as he could and brought it down.
Down the right field line, 3 Rangers converging.
What a play by Freeman. Did he hold on? He did.
You're going to see this one on the highlights.
Vargas 1 for 3, 1-0.
Vargas hits it deep to left center. This one's got some carry, and it's gone. Eldemaro Vargas gets one back. Well, you're the DH. You're supposed to be the hitter, and he's been hitting a single and a run scored in the second, and a 2-out homer in the 7th, his first of the year. That went 431 feet.
109 miles an hour off the bat. That's a momentum breaker right there.
He's the ultimate argument for the 26-man roster.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Summer is back, Tigers fans, which means it's time to get your yard ready for the season ahead. Cookouts, backyard catch, friends and family together. Your lawn is the backdrop to it all. So this season, get your yard ready with Pennington and keep it strong all year long. As a proud partner of the hardest working grounds crew, Pennington is all about thick, durable grass, built for life's big and small moments. Pennington Grass Seed, available at the Home Depot. It starts at sunrise. For over 60 years, National Coney Island has been making the good stuff. From the classic Coney dog to our original chicken honey and award-winning chili. We serve up value in every mouth-watering meal every day. Family-owned goodness that is always fast, fresh, and friendly. Dine in or order online at nationalconeyisland.com. National Coney Island is proud to be the official chili of the Detroit Tigers. Stop in at Jack Demmer Ford today. This month, Ford AZ customers can get a 24-month lease on the 2026 Explorer. $399 a month with $35.69 due at signing. Includes $1,000 AZD bonus cash, $1,000 RCL bonus cash, and renewal always on ICI 750. Offer ends July 6th. Visit jdemmerford.com or discover the Demmer difference at Jack Demmer Ford on Michigan Avenue, a mile and a half east of I-275 in Wayne.
Jeff Reagular with Around the League from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, brought to you by Big B Coffee, the official coffee of the Detroit Tigers. I think it's safe to say that Baltimore Oriole fans have been waiting and waiting for their team to take the next step and maybe compete for a title. Baltimore won 101 games back in 2023. They won 91 games in 2024, and then last season they totally missed the playoffs. And considering it's been since 1997.
So the museum opens in 1999. Grandpa was just an amazing human being, and we want to share his legacy with the next generation of baseball fans and non-baseball fans alike. I kind of like to have the cards as a reminder, like I can kind of look at his face and see what he looked like that year. It just kind of helps me visualize in my mind what it would have been like to see him play, because I didn't get that chance.
Breaking ball lined into the gap in right center and in for a hit.
And that was a botch of what should have been a single.
He sure was. Went right off the heel of Teoscar Hernandez's glove when he boxed it.
I mean, Torkelson threw a baby overhand. He
How about that? First ball to the rookie making his major league debut. He loses it in the sun.
Vargas 1 for 3. 1-0.
Vargas hits it deep to left center. This one's got some carry, and it's gone. Eldemaro Vargas gets one back. Well, you're the DH. You're supposed to be the hitter, and he's been hitting a single and a run scored in the second, and a two-out homer in the seventh, his first of the year. That went 431 feet.
109 miles an hour off the bat. That's a momentum breaker right there.
He's the ultimate argument for the 26-man roster.
Well, Christopher Sanchez taking the mound today is 5-2 record, a 1.62 ERA. Those are amazing numbers. Among the league leaders in a handful of categories. 1-2 to Sheets. Swing and a miss. He got him. Threw him a changeup, lefty on lefty.
Changeup, the batting average against the changeup itself is $151. It's just a game changer in his arsenal.
Adolis Garcia made a heck of a catch in that one. A swing and a miss at a changeup. That's 5 strikeouts. It's 600 strikeouts now for his career. That became the most booed right there. Swing and a miss. He got him.
I think that was 4 or 5 straight changeups in a row. Terrific strikeout by Christopher Sanchez. There you go. That's 42 2/3 scoreless inning by Christopher.
Swing and a miss. He got him. 7 shutout innings for Christopher Sanchez.
Puts up another scoreless inning. It's 7 scoreless today.
There's so much history right here. And when I put it on and it's so light, it just feels just right. It feels just right. I mean, look at this. It got the city on it. When I was 7 years old, my uncle takes me where? To Shea Stadium. Darryl Strawberry hits a home run, and I become a fan for life.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
Now, back to the Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers broadcast booth at Comerica Park. From the field, brought to you by Meyer, official partner of the Detroit Tigers.
Good evening, Tiger fans. This is Bobby Scales with the Tigers from the Field Report ahead of Game 1 in this 6-game homestand. Seattle Mariners come in for the first 3. Tigers coming off a big 3-game sweep down in Tampa of the first place Tampa Bay Rays. Now the task doesn't get any easier. The first place in the AL West, Seattle Mariners come in. I'm here with Ryan Rowland-Smith, broadcaster for the Seattle Mariners. Ryan, thanks for being on with us, buddy.
Of course. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you as well. Well, starting pitching has been really good. Quality starts. Your bullpen is really good, too. But the thing that I noticed, boy, you guys rack up the punch-outs, but you don't walk anybody.
Yeah, and I mean, going down the list, right? Now, first of all, we've had this little bit of an issue with this piggyback situation.
Yeah.
We've literally got 6 very good starters trying to fill 5 spots. And there was this piggyback with Bryce Miller and Luis Castillo that no one was happy about that, including myself. I was like, yeah, what are we doing? But then all of a sudden now we got 6 spots, 6-man rotation. But if you go down the list on the strikeout to walk thing, traditionally the way the Mariners develop their pitching is heavy. If you don't walk guys, if you dominate the strike zone, you will be rewarded for it. And if you look at the homegrown coming through the system, Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, Emerson Hancock, Brian Wu, you look at Bryce Miller as well. Those guys, you talk to them, if I want to get out A ball, I got to throw strikes and so on. So it's there's a little bit of that embedded in there. Now with the strikeouts, I'm looking at this going, well, you've got George Kirby and Logan Gilbert with the lower strikeout rate than what we're used to seeing. But now all of a sudden, Emerson Hancock is punching tickets now. That's something he couldn't do the last 3 years, and it really cost him a rotation spot. He's been outstanding. Logan Gilbert all of a sudden has just gotten back to that split. Yeah. Finally, I'm sitting there going, dude, where's that split going? And so you're starting to see some of these patterns where, and obviously Brian Wu, we'll get to in a minute, you're starting to see some of these patterns where with the commanding the strike zone, the strikeout numbers are starting to go up as the season goes on.
Brian Wu, this guy has been, righties aren't hitting him, lefties aren't hitting him. He's got some really nasty stuff. He's fought the
MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
By the sidewall, slides, he made the catch, he hangs on. Isaac Collins slid into the short sidewall in the left field corner and made a terrific backhand grab.
Came back to his splitter and gets his 8th strikeout of the day.
Look out, San Diego Padres.
With Zach Wheeler 7 strong for the Phillies here this afternoon.
Drew Gilbert, he caught it! Takes a home run away, holding up the ball with his hand, letting everybody know.
Swung on that, is hit high and deep, down the left field line, towards the corner! Goodbye! It's a walk-off blast, and the Diamondbacks win the finale.
That was back, gone! Petro Armstrong will touch them all. PCA trying to win it here in the ninth. In the air, falling, base hit!
Oh my goodness!
And the Cubs
look at this place.
This is one for the memory banks.
Unbeatable flavor. From tailgates outside the ballpark to watch parties at home, Carbless is the MVP of your lineup. So when the Tigers swing big, you sip big. Carbless, the official ready-to-drink cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. Find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
America drives Toyota in the stylishly affordable built-in-the-USA Corolla. Now through June 30th, lease a new gas-powered Corolla LE for $229 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. For a contract cost of $12,243. Excludes all applicable taxes and government fees with approved credit through TFS. Price will vary based on accessories. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Swing, there's a drive to left. That one is long.
126 years of baseball tradition continues.
And it's gone, a home run.
Brought to you by Sam Bernstein Law, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Corwell Health, Fago, The D Las Vegas, Northville Lumber, Figer Law, Comerica, McLaren Health, Wallside Windows, Rocket, and Little Caesars Pizza.
Fly ball left field. It's deep. It's got a chance, and it's gone, a home run. Javi Baez, 2-run shot.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
They'll only be able to get one if they can get that. Here, John bobbles the ball and to the helmet. They're going to try to score again there. And Tommy John should have stayed out of the way both times.
Tommy made 2 errors. 3 errors?
They can't give him 3 errors.
That is something. 3 errors on 1 play. Wow.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park, and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
The bubblegum blowing contest. It was fun. It was at a time when Topps included bubblegum in their baseball cards, and that was the gum we used. These are all my baseball cards. The Topps one is right there. It's developed into somewhat of a big nostalgic thing, and there are a lot of people that, you know, that's one of their favorite baseball cards. It's kind of crazy.
Rob Refsnyder will DH, batting 5th. Mitch Garver will be behind the plate. He'll hit 6th. Cole Young will be at second base, batting 7th. Victor Robles is in right field. He'll bat 8th. And batting 9th, their third baseman, Colt Emerson. For your homestanding Detroit Tigers, leading off is the second baseman, Gleyber Torres. Kevin McGonigal will play third base and bat 2nd. Kerry Carpenter is in right field, batting 4th. Riley Green will play left field. He'll hit 5th. Spencer Torkelson's over at first base, batting 6th. Batting 7th is your DH, Colt Keith. Zach McKinstry is in center field. He'll bat 8th. And batting 9th, playing short, is Zach Short.
Pitching matchup is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. For all the latest offers, go to Toyota.com. Framber Valdez making his 13th start for the Tigers. Brian Wu making his 13th start for Seattle. Game time weather is brought to you by Clean Express Auto Wash, the official car wash for the Detroit Tigers. Fast, easy, clean, and free vacuum. It's been a soggy day in West Michigan. There might be some rain showers here in the metro area later on tonight. Right now, cloudy skies and 80 degrees. Keys to the game brought to you by Rave and Associates, proud distributors of Bell's Breweries, Founders, and Long Drink. Bobby, let's talk about the keys for Framber Valdez against this Mariners lineup.
Well, it's really control the top of that lineup. Crawford, Rodriguez, and Rosarena. J.P. Crawford has done a really nice job in the leadoff spot. He's found his power stroke. He's hit 19 home runs before the major leagues. He's already got 10 this season. That's a surge for him. Keep him off the base paths and keep him in the ballpark, quite frankly. Julio Rodriguez has gotten off to a very good start. Unlike Julio Rodriguez, usually this time of year, he's battling to get above the Mendoza line. Not this year, much more consistent out the gate. And Randy Rosarena, we know, we've seen him. He can put a team on his back for a month. But if you keep those top 3 guys out of the lineup, their lineup gets a little bit short pretty quick. So you got to control those top 3 guys. If Framber can do that, he should be in good shape.
Tigers come in with a record of 25-38. They just swept the Tampa Bay Rays. Mariners have won 8 of 9. They come in at 33-30. And now get ready to face the 32-year-old from the Dominican Republic, Framber Valdez, making his 13th start. Comes into this game 2-4 with a 4.39 ERA. Working third base side of the rubber. First pitch to Crawford is a fastball strike. And we are underway. Here at Comerica Park in downtown Detroit. So glad to have you along for the first of a 3-game series. Tigers and Mariners. First pitch is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Crawford hitting .224. As Bobby said, more power this year. 10 home runs. Swings and fouls it out of play. You look at some of these key hitters, and because this is a team that the Tigers battled for 5 games in the ALDS, losing in the 15-inning Game 5. Tigers handled Crawford, Rosarena, Naylor, and Rodriguez for the most part in that series. The 0-2 is swinging the line drive, flare over shortstop into left center for a base hit. Zach McKinstry making just his 3rd career start in center field, fields it in left center, gets it in quickly on an 0-2. J.P. Crawford with a single to left center.
Just a sinker that he got to the inside of. That's an impressive piece of hitting from J.P. Crawford to be able to elevate that baseball over Zach Short's head into left field for a knock.
Framber Valdez, of course, energized this entire franchise and fan base when the Tigers signed him late in the offseason to a big contract. Ground ball chopped third down the third base line. Julio Rodriguez at the plate, hitting .256 with 13 home runs. Always dangerous, always gets off to a slow start. So for him to bring a .770 OPS into this game, actually, this is a hot start for Rodriguez.
it's on fire, really.
Because he takes off every year, Bobby, in July. Sinker for a strike. Did you call that a strike or a ball? Called it a ball inside. Try to get a little swing back. We see him do that from time to time. Not a lot. There have been a couple of games, though, where that pitch has really been money for him against righties. 1-1, swinging a pop-up foul and out of play. But, Bobby, AJ was asked about Framber Valdez and a ground ball rate that isn't just below last year. It's kind of plummeting.
Yeah.
Right now, he was at 60% for his career, 59% to be precise the last 2 years. This is a ground ball guy, and his ground ball rate has fallen to 48%, actually a tick below that. That's a big drop in 1 year. Pitch down and in, 17 ground ball outs, 35 fly ball outs his last 3 games. It's like he's a fly ball pitcher, and that just doesn't add up, Bobby.
It's very odd, especially for a guy with so heavy ground ball.
Ground ball, base hit, line drive, really one hop off the dirt into right field, fielded by Kerry Carpenter. And it's a big kind of feature, if you will, of his game this year, because Bobby, he's not getting as many ground balls. He's not getting out of jams by getting ground ball double plays like he normally does. But also, that ball's being hit pretty hard in the air.
No, you're absolutely right. It's kind of mystifying. He hasn't changed the arsenal or anything like that. It's just a matter of getting ball on the ground, and he hasn't done that this year.
Rosarena takes a changeup for a strike. AJ did say that teams are really trying to game plan to get underneath balls, especially changeups and curveballs that are up, and the curveball has not been the weapon that it was 2 years ago, each of the last 2 years. Ground ball fouled on the third base line. Remember, he's a 3-pitch pitcher, sinkers, curveballs, changeups. All 3 pitches, but especially the sinker and changeup, are getting a much lower rate of ground balls. But he said that he really has to remember that is his strength, and he has to get back to pounding the bottom rail with the sinker. Sinker for a strike near the bottom rail, but that was middle, and it froze Rosarena for a called third, a big first out.
Well, asking you shall receive, Dan. It looked like a Rosarena was sitting soft because that was a 2-seamer. I would say he ran it back over the inside edge, but that caught quite a bit of the plate. He had to be sitting soft there looking for something else and got caught.
So the usage has been about the same, but it will be interesting to see if we notice a relentless pounding, if you will, of the bottom of the strike zone for Framber Valdez, because right now the strike throwing has been best of his career, best first pitch strikes, best total strikes, but the swing and miss is down, strikeout rate is down, and the walk rate is up. Those things don't usually go together. The strike one. There it is. Sinker bottom rail. Called strike 2.
Yeah, like that. Threw it away.
Strike. The batter's challenging.
He's going to lose. Josh Naylor at the plate. Eric Bacchus is our home plate umpire tonight, and that ball was squarely.
Seattle's got one left.
I think you can hear some satisfaction sometimes in the umpire's voice when they.
There's no question. There's no question. Oh, you want to bring a system in to check us? Okay, come on, bring it on in. They're humans too, gang.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Wiped him out with a slider. Really good strike throwing to start this game. After the 2 singles, strikeout, and that'll leave it up to Rob Refsnyder.
Yeah, great job right there by Framber Valdez and Dylan Dingler pushing the buttons on the pitch comm. They use that 2-seam comeback sinker on the outside edge. They start the slider on the same exact line, and it breaks away and off the plate. Josh Naylor runs out of bat.
Rob Refsnyder has made a living by hitting lefties. For Boston in recent years, he takes a first pitch sinker low and in at his back right foot. I mean, this guy's mashed lefties. It's a very specialized role. Think of the role that Andy Banez has filled and Jahmai Jones for the Tigers. And he isn't doing anything at the plate this year. Curveball bounces. Rob Refsnyder is 9 for 79. I get choked up just talking about it. 9 for 79 this year. And 7 for 64 against lefties. Track record says he'll hit lefties, but man, it's a battle right now. Fastball for a strike at the belt, 1-2.
I can tell you what, 9 for 80 sounds real nice right now, doesn't it, Porter? 9 for 79 coming into the day. Go ahead.
Might as well.
Go ahead and make that a nice round number, Mr. Refsnyder. Get the boys out of this inning.
Every year for the last 5 years, he's hit lefties at least a 300 clip with power. Nothing so far this year. The 2-1. Swing and a foul straight back. He threw him a slider. Have we seen Framber Valdez throw a righty a slider this year?
Not many. He doesn't throw many sliders to right-handed hitters.
And that was up. Two on, 2 outs. First inning just underway. Refsnyder waiting on a 2-2. On the way, swinging a line drive, base hit into right field. Kerry Carpenter will field it on one hop, rounding third, heading home. Crawford throw is not in time. It was to the right. Dingler grabbed it, reached to his left, ball popped out of his glove. Crawford slid in safely. There would have been a play, I think. I think Crawford's in anyway, but Dingler reached to his right, reached back to his left. The ball popped out. 1-0 Mariners.
Yeah, Kerry Carpenter sold out right here. Airmailed the cutoff man. One hop up the first base line. Short hop, Dylan Dingler. That's a really tough play with that catcher's mitt. The backhand that play and then try to get to the other side of the plate. J.P. Crawford kind of went into a half slide late. But he was safe anyway. Like you say, Dan, I think he beats the play anyway.
Well, a very awkward late slide.
Yeah, he got up under his own power and limped to the dugout. We'll see if he pops out for the bottom.
So Rob Refsnyder singles and 3 straight hits. And again, these are tagged. And A.J. talked about in the pregame what we had been talking about a lot, the connected at-bats, the tandem at-bats, where guys were getting on, somebody was moving him over, getting him in from third, or getting another hit to keep the line moving. Whatever it was, we saw a lot of that. Shot, diving, stop it short by Crawford, throw to second, not in time. Great play by Crawford. Couldn't get much on the throw to Young at second base. Riley Green just beat the throw, and the Mariners will challenge.
Yeah, fantastic play by Crawford. Full extension, and that's why he couldn't get to his feet and get anything on that throw.
I thought live he was safe. First replay looked safe. We're going to get a better look here on a Detroit Sportsnet monitor. The throw bounced. It was very soft. The third angle didn't help at all because we couldn't see where Riley Green's foot was.
I got him safe, Dan. Oh, wait a minute.
Now, does he have...
He's out.
Because there, as we look at our monitor, the ball is in his glove, and that's considered the catch.
Yep.
He doesn't have to secure it, because if he didn't secure it, they would obviously call him safe.
He's out.
He's out?
I think he's out.
It's a heck of a stretch by Cole Young. Here's Laz.
After review, the call's been overturned. The runner's out. Seattle retains.
Wow. So close. Instant replay brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. Well, the Mariners said they weren't seeing a lot of range out of Crawford. That's pretty rangy right there. Put a star next to that play.
That ball was scalded off the bat of Torkelson with overspin, too. For him to get to that ball was great. End up getting the throw off the second was incredible.
1-0 Mariners, bottom of the second inning. Time for dollars on deck. Backdoor slider to Colt Keith for a called strike. So Colt Keith, who's at the plate right now, gets a hit this inning. Northfield Lumber will donate to Detroit Lightbusters. Northfield Lumber is Michigan's oldest business, largest Trex decking dealer. Keith swings, taps it foul at home plate. You're going to see 5 pitches from Brian Wu. Lefties see mostly fastball, slider, and then he'll mix sweepers, sinkers, changeups. But it's 80% fastball, slider. Down and in, 1 and 2.
Into left-handed hitters, 57% four-seam fastball. You are going to get a heater to hit tonight. If you're Tiger hitters, you've got to get him off the top rail.
The 1-2, fastball above the top rail. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Keith hitting .268, just a couple of extra base hits over his last 40 games. That is he's working on it. It's all about timing, but Bobby, if you don't start the year timed up for the fastball, trying to find that timing, it can be difficult. 2-2, swing and a miss. He got him with a 90-mile-an-hour changeup at the knees.
That's just a tough pitch. He doesn't throw it all that off in just under 10% of the time. But with that fastball velocity and that good arm action, you're swinging at that arm. And he peels off about 6 or 7 miles an hour. That's enough to get you out in front of it.
2 out, that brings up Zach McKinstry. Fastball 97 away. Wu is more of a fly ball pitcher. Doesn't get a ton of ground ball outs. More balls in the air than on the ground for his outs. Fastball strike. That's fairly typical of a power pitcher. Emerson, the rookie, is in tight at third, right up to the edge of the cutout with Crawford up the middle. The outfield shifts to the left just a step or two on Zach. Again, Wu tough against lefties, tough against righties. Low average, low power numbers. The 1-1. Swinging a foul. Off to the third base side, and he will not walk you. He is relentlessly in the strike zone.
The whole staff is, Dan. I mean, dead last, and I say dead last, meaning first in all of baseball of walks allowed. They do not walk you. They've got good stuff, and it's going to be on the plate.
Big deep breath for Wu with the 1-2. Fastball up, so they're doing a good job. I know Carpenter struck out on that pitch, but in this inning, doing a good job laying off that high fastball. Very breezy afternoon and day here in Michigan, really throughout the state. The breeze has died down a little bit as we get this game underway. 1-0 Seattle. We're in the second, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He just beat him to a spot in at 97. 3 strikeouts for Brian Wu. The third strikeout of the night ends the second. We head to the third. 1-0 Mariners on top on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
Baseball is back in the D, and it's time to bring the bliss to
Pop quiz. How do you go from Captain Clutch to the Iron Horse through a milestone and a marathon? The answer is on Hall of Fame Connections.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
3,000! History with an exclamation point!
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Boggs would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,000th 131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
This game brought to you in part by Meyer, an official partner of the Detroit Tigers. First pitch from Framber Valdez to J.P. Crawford is a fastball up and away. We're keeping an eye on this pitch mix because we think we might be watching Framber Valdez kind of invent some pitches on the mound early. It seems like he's thrown a couple of cutters. Sinker misses in. They've gone in the books as sinkers, but that last pitch to a lefty, Colt Emerson, looked like it broke onto the plate.
Yeah.
From off the plate inside. That's not a sinker profile, the 2-0. Sinker for a strike at 94. 2-1. Crawford started things in the first with a little flare single on an 0-2 pitch. Just 224, but 224 with power. Kind of sinks down into his stance. Knees meant the upper body upright. Curveball beauty. Bobby, it feels like that's the pitch that has been hit and miss for Framber Valdez this year, and he needs more consistency from it.
When he's had it, he's had very good outings.
Yes.
There's been a couple outings where that thing was an absolute weapon. There's been some other outings where not so much, and he's had to navigate around not having his best off-speed offering.
The 2-2. Slider in the dirt, down and away. Wiped out Josh Naylor with a really good sequence. Couple of sliders. Got a swing and miss strikeout in the first inning. Extreme third base side of the rubber. Stands at a slight angle to home plate. Glove below the belt. Quick step back with the right foot. Lifts the leg, turns, drives to home plate, and a fastball hits J.P. Crawford. Wow. Crawford hopped out of that left-handed batter's box. He's down on a knee. He is hurting right now. Trainer out. Dan Wilson, the manager, out. Getting our first look at where it hit him. Oh, boy. Outside the right hand. Bottom part of the outside of the hand. Checking his swing, and I caught him pretty flush.
As loud as it was, Dan, I thought it got the knob of the bat. But that was
the hand
all
was
hand.
First. Hand first, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then the knob.
Wow.
Just always worry about the little bones in the hand. Hope Crawford is okay. It's just been at times puzzling watching Framber Valdez because he can deal some games. It's kind of inconsistent.
Yeah.
Some games, I mean, he doesn't walk many batters, but he's had games with 5 walks and 4 walks that have hurt him. And you look at his last 6 starts, he gave up 2 runs, gave up 7 runs, gave up 2 runs, gave up 4 runs in 5 innings, then 1 run and then 4 runs. He's had a hard time putting together a string of good starts. And when you see the top end, you're like, yeah, that's the guy.
Yep.
That the Tigers signed to the big deal. And there's just more inconsistency than you would expect, given that he's throwing, again, best first pitch strikes of his career, best total strikes of his career. Hasn't yet really begun to pay off. Rodriguez at the plate. First pitch, change up. I don't want it there. He fouled it back to the screen.
You sure don't. That's probably a good pitch selection. There's selection, there's execution. He did not want that change up.
No.
Belt high like that. He wanted it down and away from Julio Rodriguez. Got away with one there.
Sinker has been his best pitch. Change up too, but the curveball has not been a weapon. Last year, the value of that pitch, Rodriguez takes a pitch in, jumps out of the way of his sinker. Curveball was his pitch. He was sinker, curveball, and he was just unhittable in 2024. Curveball, again, not as effective last year, and it's been his worst pitch this year, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Curveball down. Like Bobby said, when it's good, it's really good, and he can dominate.
Yeah, better one there. That started mid-thigh to Julio Rodriguez and broke out of the zone.
The 1-2, ground ball fouled on the third base line. Julio Rodriguez is still just 25 years old. Debuted at 21. Signed an 18-year deal. It literally will go through 2039 if the team picks up all the options, and there's a pretty good chance they might. Incredible player, incredible contract, but he's already had 2 30-30 seasons, and you feel like there's still more in this bat. The 1-2, ground ball softly to short, nice big hop for Zach Short. To Torres, to first, got him. 6-4-3 double play, 2 outs in the third.
Yeah, nice job right there on the changeup. Down and away. This is the one he wanted to throw earlier in the sequence. Short, to Torres, to Torkelson. Nice job right there. Great action on that changeup, down and away. Got him to roll over. Exactly what you're looking for.
Third inning today is brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. Today's game brought to you in part by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. You need the right call made. 1-800-CALL-SAM. Big curveball to Randy Arozarena. His back foot lifts it out of the way. Ball one. Arozarena took a call third first time up. Hitting 280. Power not there yet. It'll come. Fly ball popped up down the left field line, and that ball is out of play. Good crowd on hand. Love to see out here this weekend. We've got an afternoon game tomorrow. And another afternoon game on Sunday. The off day Monday, and then Minnesota comes in for 3. Arozarena's close to the plate from the right side. Knee slightly flexed. Upper body upright. Extends the hands away from the right shoulder. Angles the bat up and over his batting helmet. Sinker backs him away. 2-1.
Yeah, he missed in there, Dan, but that was a better pitch. He'd had a bunch of big misses to his glove side, which is into right-handers. And that's a big deal with all the right-handers he's going to face. He's got to be able to command the baseball in there.
2-1. Big swing on a curveball down. That's a pitch when he misses that has been driven at times this year for power. Farmer Valdez to the back of the mound, picks up the rosin bag, drops him down on a warm night in downtown Detroit. Torres up the middle at second base. The outfield straight up. Arozarena with 6 home runs so far. Curveball away. No Cal Raleigh. He and Polanco did the most damage in the postseason series last year. Cal Raleigh and oblique went out in mid-May. He was just starting to get hot, and I think that's when the oblique kicked in at the end of April. The 3-2. Ground ball foul. He hit 5 home runs in 7 games after a very quiet start. Of course, 60 home runs last year. And then the reports of some side soreness started cropping up in early May. In mid-May, he went out. But, Bobby, he was 2 for 44.
Yeah.
Before he went on the IL, suggesting that perhaps that had been bothering him for a while.
Yeah, he wasn't right. Cal Raleigh, yeah, he's a slugger. He's a slugger. He's also a good hitter. You're not going to have those kinds of numbers when you.
Ground ball to short. Ground ball to short. Zach Short. Fields. Fires to Torkelson at first. Always goes strong. Zach Short throws from Zach Short. Arozarena grounds out.
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
I want to see what JJ does in these spots. Down 2 strikes.
In the air center. Mullen's on the run. Still going back. JJ Weatherholt homers in his debut. Incredible.
Just goosebumps right now at Busch Stadium. You could not have written that any better. 0-2, dead center field, 425-foot shot. My goodness.
How fast can you fall in love, St. Louis?
Take a bite out of summer and fire up the grill, because oh yeah, it's ballpark season.
The Hexa Sheets, made door to proof. Essentials, drinks, essentials, and fuel, all in one stop. And always open when you need us.
Zach Short leads off for the Tigers. First pitch from Ryan Wu. Test fouled on the third base line after an 0-for-13 start. Zach Short 5 for his last 16 with some really good swings. Talk about situational hitting, Bobby. So in that series against Tampa, yes, the 10 home runs, that was great. Sweeper. Misses a little bit low, 1-1. Tandem and connected at bats, all good. What you brought up at the end of the series was also just good situational awareness. Of course, the Tigers, as we talked about, always every at bat's a situation. Swinging a pop up behind home plate and safely in the seats, just beyond the screen for Mitch Garver, but the ability to move a base under 90 feet, 2 sacrifices and 4 sacrifice flies, including one from Zach.
Sometimes when your offense is not hitting on all cylinders, yes, the Tampa series was great. But unfortunately, that's been not the norm this year. So when that's the case, you have to really lock down on those situations. Zach McKinstry, Jake Brogdon laid down very good bunts. You had to get the ball in the air, get the ball in the air to drive it runs, left and third base and 2 outs, and you execute.
Just about every time.
Yes.
Fastball up and away, 2-2 on Zach Short. He's been working at bats, 7 walks and 8 strikeouts in his 29 at bats, 5 hits, double, the 2-2. Fastball away, good take.
It was a good take. 97 miles an hour. Top throw off the plate away. You liked the pitch, thought he had it. Started to walk off. Come on, big boy, get up there. You going, big boy, get up there.
Looks way over on the first base side of the rubber stands at a slight angle to home plate. Just a quick step forward with the left foot and then delivers a sinker at 96. Freeze. Zach Short, that's a near perfect strikeout hit. 4th strikeout.
It's a middle down. It started away from him. And this is how you use a miss. You use that miss on the outside outside corner. It was just off the plate. It was a competitive miss. It was just a little bit off the outside edge. Okay, cool. You looking out there? I'm going to throw this 2-seamer. Just off the plate. Let it run back on. Caught plenty of the plate. But out of the hand, Zach Short thought it was a fastball away.
Torres takes a fastball away. First trip through the order. Single for Gleyber Torres to start the first inning. Green ground ball single up the middle. 4 strikeouts. 1-0 ground ball chop. 1-0 ground ball chop over the middle and to center field. The base hit. Beat it in the dirt by home plate. Ball infield. Got through the infield. Defensive change. For the Mariners, J.P. Crawford hit by that pitch has come out of the game. Patrick Wisdom is now in at third, and that moves the rookie Colt Emerson to shortstop. Torres, 2 for 2.
Just Gleyber doing what Gleyber does, takes advantage of what the defense is giving him. Sometimes with a guy like Brian Wu, very good stuff, power fastball. He gives you that single up the middle, just try to hit it hard right back where he came from.
Base hit into left field. Slider up, builds it into left. Torres around second, heading to third. The throw go to second base. Great base running right in the face of Barroso, right in left. Runners at the corners, 1 out.
Gleyber just ghosted him too. He was running at a pretty good clip, but wasn't all the way wide open. He saw Randy Rosarena not feel that glove and not be in a proper throwing position to throw it to third base. He just kept going. Right in his grill. Ran right in his grill. Love it. Veteran move right there by Gleyber Torres.
This is what the Tigers talked about with their base running. You don't have to have great speed. Runners are the slower runners on this team. But he knows how to go first to third. This Tigers team again for the 3rd straight year. 50% taking the extra base. Third on a single, second at home on a single, first at home on a double. No other team is above 50%. They're going to check to see if Gleyber touched second base. Really? Bobby, that's disrespectful.
Disrespectful. How disrespectful. How Gleyber ran in Randy Rosarena's face is disrespectful. Play those games. Here we go. I'm going to give you a silly prize right here, Randy. You mad about that?
Philly Dingler, first time fly ball to left, first time up, just a solid hop up to left field. Third, less than 2 outs. Sinker a little bit low, ball 1. Good. Dingler at the plate. Review those numbers again, Bobby. 13 at-bats, and how many were hard hit?
12.
That's a series, man.
That's unbelievable.
Wow. The 1-0. High fly ball, shallow center field. Will this one drop? It's going to drop. Torres is coming home for the second. Got him at second base. Gleyber Torres scores. Gotta go. Had to wait. Might have been a little bit too far away from second base, but that ball should have been caught. So you can't really blame McGonigal. 1-1 game. I mean, how is that ball not caught?
Julio Rodriguez was playing very, very deep. Then he pulls up.
McGonigal did everything right.
Julio deked him a little bit. He kept coming hard at it. He had no chance, but he kept working hard to hold McGonigal there. Between first and second base, and then got a fortuitous bounce and was able to gun the ball to Emerson at second base to record the out.
Tampa outfielders played deep, and the Tigers took advantage. Swing and a miss. We saw that a lot. All through, and they're a long time dropping. And feels like the Mariners outfielders are a little bit deeper than normal. That's like Gleyber Torres knew he could go first to third, no problem. The strike one. High fly ball, right field, deep. Going back is Robles at the wall, jumping up, gone. Carpenter, 2-out, 2-run home run. 8th of the year, and a 3-1 lead for the Tigers in the third.
Oh, that's right in the honey hole. Carpenter down and in. Right where Carp likes it. Drops the barrel down into the tower and fly ball. The only question was it going to have enough legs? It just did get over the wall in right field. That's a nice job by Carp. Staying through his legs, lower half of his legs. Out in front of it a little bit, but he caught it out front. Back spun it out of here.
Big 2-run home run against Brian Wu. Fastball up and away to Riley Green. A number of times we've seen him, Bobby. Strike one, change up go down, and change up. In that case, the slider, he literally almost goes down to a knee, but still manages to get it out.
He just rides out that front side. He's a little bit out in front. Strong enough to be able to go down and get that and get something on it.
Good swing and a miss, good change up. Diving away from Riley Green. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Middle ball single up the middle. First at bat for Green. Wu into his motion, the 1-2. Center field on the line. Rodriguez going back, trying to get in. He did a great job. Make a fine running catch. Off into the wall, deepest part of center field. Wow. Riley Green smoked it. Rodriguez hauled it. Tigers take the lead on the Kerry Carpenter 2-out, 2-run home.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es Flow Mayor.
How does one of baseball's most celebrated plays connect to one of baseball's most notorious curses? Through a cross-country move, an earthquake, and the Men of Steel? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
But let me touch it for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals, and they'd be too expensive again to maintain, would put them into financial ruin.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these, though.
So these are Ty Cobb's
And these
cleats.
are Ty Cobb's.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes him special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say? One great play deserves another.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Josh Naylor, lefty at the plate. First pitch from Framber Valdez. Sinker for a strike at the belt. 3-1 Tigers. We go to the top of the fourth inning. Every Tigers home run this year is a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or Pizza Portal pickup. Framber takes a walk to the back of the mound. Kind of interesting after throwing strike one. It's almost like he's not quite feeling 100%. He's done this a few times. Throw a pitch, walk to the back of the mound. Consider some things, walk back up the hill, settle in third base side.
When he's right, he works very quickly. Gets the ball and goes. Not a lot of stuff in between, but you're right. First two pitches, taking a walk.
The 1-1. Naylor bunts it down the third base line. McGonigal tries to barehand, but off his hand. Josh Naylor saw McGonigal off the line and deep, and he steals a base hit.
That's just a heady baseball player. Josh Naylor is that dude that gets under your skin on the other team, but you love to have him on yours because he just does stuff like that. Finds a way on.
He's a good player.
He's a good player, and you better pay attention to him over there, too. He's 12 out of 14 stealing bags, and he is not fast.
He is the American League Juan Soto, right?
Yeah.
Rob Refsnyder up and away and takes the sinker away. He stole 30 last year, just like Soto. Out of nowhere, one of the slower runners in the league. Same sprint speed as Salvador Perez.
30 bags.
30 steals.
30 bags.
Now, if I'm a player who doesn't run well, I'm going to look at that and go, okay, if he can do that with the slowest sprint speed in the major leagues, what can I learn from that? Ground ball tipped off the glove of Framber Valdez. Diving stop by Zach Short, but he couldn't keep the ball in his glove. Trickled away, so everybody's safe. Might have prevented Naylor from going first to third. It looked like it tipped off of Framber's glove toward Zach Short. Or maybe it just went by him.
Getting a good look at it here on our Detroit Sports Net monitor. Diving effort by the hits off the heel. He keeps it in front. If that ball trickles under him because it was hit so slowly, Naylor's going to end up on third base. Nice job right there by Zach Short, knocking down that ball, saving the extra 90.
So Rob Refsnyder is 2 for 2. Mitch Garver at the plate. Sinker above the belt. It does seem like we've seen him throw the sinker a lot more up in the strike zone this year.
I think that's right. I think that's accurate.
Mitch Garver at the plate. This guy used to be a threat, and he would wear Tigers pitching out. Change up low, 2-0. 2 out of 3 years with Minnesota, then Texas. He had an 870 OPS with big power numbers. Last 3 years, he's hit for low average, 630 OPS. Garver swings and taps it foul at home plate. Catches the ball as it pops up over in that little right-handed batter's box. Garver in this at-bat hitting 187. Hit a ground ball to second base first time up. First two are on here in the fourth inning. This is where you look for that guy in the mound to put up a shutdown inning after the Tigers just scored 3. The 2-1. Big miss with a sinker up and away. There's been some really big misses for Framber Valdez.
And Dan, the point you just made is very important. Like, listen, Brian Wu isn't going to give up much. Your boys just got you 3. Figure out a way to get a ground ball here and then get the third out.
3-1. High fly ball, left field, not deep. Late break for Riley Green. Will he get there? Yes, he will. Makes the easy catch. A lot of people heading for cover right now. Light rain beginning to fall. It's only light. I think everybody's okay. Most are leaving, though. Bobby, make an announcement.
Dan, it's very light for us, seeing as we're safely inside this nice, cozy booth here. Perched above home plate here at Comerica.
We're very dry. Sinker above the belt again to a lefty, Cole Young. He grounded out last time up. 2 ground ball outs in the second inning. Carver's ground ball ended the first inning after 3 line drive singles, and then 2 more ground balls last inning, getting 3 outs. The 1-0. Sinker heavy. Oh man. Whoa. That looked like a perfect pitch. No challenge from Dylan Dingler.
Which means it was off.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially in this spot. This would be a big spot to challenge too.
2-0. Sinker for a called strike. Wow, that felt like a gift. It was. No challenge from Cole Young. He's just 21 years old. First round pick the year before Colt Emerson out of high school in Pennsylvania. 2-1. Changeup bounces, and it's now 3-1. Boy, this is a guy you want to attack. Hitting 250, but it's a very modest 250. Has made offensive improvements. Now 22 years old. 3-1. Sinker for a called strike to make it 3-2. Lots of 3-ball counts, and that pitch count is climbing for Framber Valdez. Pitch counts brought to you every game by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Instant replay brought to you every game by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. 3-2. Swinging a fly ball left field. Riley Green going back, tracking it toward the warning track. It will make the catch in the corner. Turn and wheel. Get the ball in on one strong hop to Kevin McGonigal. 2 outs in the 4th inning. 2 on, 2 outs. 3-1 Tigers leading. That'll leave it up to Victor Robles.
Yeah, it's a nice job tracking that ball down by Riley Green. I'd have thought they wanted to maybe go at that 2-seamer in as opposed to away. They go away and he hits it hard the other way. Riley tracked it down. But this is big. Framber finding a way to get to retire the side here. No damage.
Robles, right-handed batter, spreads out. Unique start to his stance. Line drive hooking down the left field line. Foul. Woo-wee. That was on a sharp, low line drive. And I think it had home run distance in the end, about 10 feet foul. Just strike one.
Strike one, that's it. That's all that matters.
There's quite a bit of rain moving into the area. Our resident meteorologist back at the station, Jenny Hranowski, thinks it's going to be light, and it looks light on the radar. I think we'll be okay.
What is Doppler Dan? What's your official prognostication?
I'm agreeing with Jenny. I think it's going to be light, it's going to be brief, and it's breaking apart as it gets here. The force field is up. The strike one. Swing and a miss. Best curveball of the night for Framber Valdez. No balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, great job right there. You go in with that sinker. He rips it down the left field line. Foul. Going in the same spot. Good line, good bite on that curveball down and in.
Valdez trying to work out of a 2-on, none-out jam. The 0-2 curveball. Beauty of a call. Oh, man. I thought home plate umpire Eric Bacchus was ready to stand up and ring him up. It looked like a perfect pitch, Bobby.
I loved it right there. Doubled up on it. Doubled up on that same curveball he just threw.
That's a beauty. 1-2, the count on Robles. The pitch. Shot fouled on the third base line. Changeup. Got him to roll it over. Robles really spreads out in that right-handed batter's box. Mariners in their road gray uniforms, the blue piping down the pant legs. Dark blue jerseys with the block lettering Seattle in white, outlined in that teal green. He extends the hands away from the right shoulder with the bat upright, down and behind him. The 1-2, swinging a high pop-up. Zach Short calling for it, calling off McGonigal on the outfield grass, moving toward the line, makes the catch. And a nice job by Framber Valdez. 2-on, nobody out, needed the shut.
Pop quiz. How do you go from Captain Clutch to the Iron Horse through a milestone and a marathon? The answer is on Hall of Fame Connections.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
3,000! History with an exclamation point!
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Boggs would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,000th 131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
today. Hey, baseball fans, Mike Valena here. If you're looking for a great trip to plan, go do something fun, how about Vegas? The D.com, the D Las Vegas. It's your home for Detroit's.
Swinging a foul, 97 running away from Canzone. Canzone mostly plays against righties, almost exclusively. And this is a guy who had a breakthrough year last year at the plate, and he's carried it into this year. The 1-2. Fly ball center field, didn't hit it hard. Right to Zach McKinstry. His first chance of the day, makes the catch. 1 up and 1 down, 6th inning, 3-1, Tigers on top. It's kind of what we're watching tonight with Drew Anderson, because they gave up 2 home runs in Chicago, and both were on changeups that, again, the changeup, the kick change has action almost like a splitter, I would say, with the movement down.
Yeah.
And both the changeups were up, one to a righty, one to a lefty, and they just became a very hittable kind of batting practice fastball.
Yeah, that's when that changeup is up and doesn't have that sinking action. It turns into a bad fastball, and then Vargas and Montgomery both took advantage.
Mitch Garver at the plate, and he swings, fouls the first pitch off. Fastball 96 away. That fastball velocity started in that 93-94 range in April. It started to cruise into the 94, 95. Now we're seeing more 95, 96, 97. Last part of May into June. Changeup with good action, down and away, ball 1. Garver just not the same threat at the plate that he used to be. The 1-1. Curveball away. Becoming a very pitchable right-handed batter. Backup catcher to Cal Raleigh. Upright stance, knees slightly flexed, bends at the waist toward the plate, extends the hands away from the right shoulder as he cocks the bat over it. Fastball, he's late, swings and fouls it out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Anderson pitches a little bit backwards. He uses that kick change. He uses that good 12-6 curveball to set up that fastball. It's a good fastball. You wouldn't think he has to do that, but his stuff is best when he's going that way.
2-2, swing and a miss. Curveball gets the swing and miss. And when he does it very effectively, Bobby.
No.
Talking about pitching backwards a little bit. I mean, he does it very effectively, and then that fastball can become a weapon.
And he'll tell you, I mean, that's kind of how he does it. Most guys, you say pitch backwards, you know, they get a little offended, like my fastball's not good enough. That's not it. But his stuff is most effective when he's establishing both of those off-speed pitches to go to that fastball late.
Soft ground ball fouled on the first base line. That was a really good curveball to Mitch Garver. Final line for Framber Valdez, brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. Felt like a battle tonight, and the pitch count certainly suggests that. 102 pitches in 5 innings. 1 run on 5 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Curveball up. What'd you like, Bobby?
I like the fact that he just grinded through it. He was clearly uncomfortable, couldn't get settled for whatever reason. And then even to the point where mid-at-bat, he just jumped into the stretch when there was nobody on base. I got to figure out a way to get through this, and he did.
Changeup bounces.
Sometimes you don't have your stuff. You don't feel great. It was starting to rain a little bit. There was a lot of things that just were kind of throwing Framber Valdez off a little bit. But you know what he did? He figured out a way to get through 5.
Yep.
And he left with the lead.
Stranded 4 base runners his last 2 innings. Anderson delivers 1-2, popped up down the left field line. McGonigal giving chase. Riley Green leaves his feet, flies to the air, and robs Cole Young of a hit. A little bloop down the line. Great break on the ball from Riley Green, and he takes a hit away. Caught it in the heel of his glove. Managed to hang on. Young pops out, put his.
Coming off AL Player of the Week honors, where he hit over 400 with 3 homers, Bobby Witt Jr. was all gas, no brakes.
And grounded inside the bag and up the line. Played poorly off the sidewall by Carpenter. How far will Bobby go? And Vance Wilson is going to let him come to the plate. He is in there.
To say Bobby is on a tear is an understatement. His gap-to-gap power and that lightning speed have him among the major league leaders in hits, stolen bases, and WAR. He also just happens to be one of baseball's premier defensive players.
Goodness, that's why he's one of the best in the game.
That is how you win a Gold Glove in back-to-back seasons, and last year earned a Platinum Glove.
Baseball fans are bearing witness to something special.
He's their go-to guy in all situations, whether it's defensively, offensively, running the bases, complete player.
A primetime player in his prime.
And here's Schwarber. Schwarber grounded out his first time up. That ball's crushed deep to right field. Hernandez doesn't even move. It is long gone. It's off the roof of the pavilion in right field. Kyle Schwarber, his first postseason home run of the year. It's his 22nd of his career. And with a lightning strike, the Phillies tie it up at 1.
Well, I would say Kyle's second time through, I like the approach.
Wow. Well, the first home run for the Phils this postseason.
Fox, I feel like I'm getting the whole story.
They're working for you.
Dylan Dingler takes ball 1 to start the 6th inning. 3-1 Tigers. Start of a road trip for Seattle. They just took 5 of 6 at home from Arizona and the New York Mets. Sweeper backed up on the inside. Third, called strike 1 on Dingler. Dylan Dingler 0 for 2 today. Really just 2 pop-ups to the outfield. Brian Wu can get a lot of those with his fastball, low arm release. Bobby described the low vertical approach angle. And Bobby, for hitters, it looks like it's coming from right out of their right armpit sometimes.
That's yeah. I mean, the funny part is, before we understood what that was, that's how we used to call it.
Line drive, base hit into left center. Fastball up. Dylan Dingler can hit a fastball. Drills it into left center. Rosarena fields and gets it back in. Not too many games where you're going to get by Dylan Dingler 3 times without him hitting the ball hard somewhere.
That was 96 up too, Dan. Get on top of that bad boy.
And that's what you talk about with this low vertical approach angle. You really do have to think about getting on top of it. You're not swinging down, but that is literally the thought, isn't it?
That's the thought. That's the thought, and that's the feel you have to get on top of the baseball. You don't. That's not what's happening, but that's the feeling.
Carpenter swings, fouls it out of play. Ooh, he got another slider. That's the pitch he hit out, and he took a rip.
Yeah, he did.
Fouled it out of play.
That's that good eating pitch right there, Dan. That's what happens, though. You foul it off, you get happy. Oh, my goodness, look at it. Oh, man. I just spun off this ball.
8th home run was a 2-out, 2-run home run that broke a 1-1 tie in the 3rd. Half cut. Kerry nods his head. He missed the fastball up. He's like, yep, I did that earlier. Got to remember, note to self, lay off that doggone high fastball.
And Dan, again, that's what we're talking about. At bat should end when they end. That first pitch he fouled off,
yes.
that has to end. Even if it's a ground ball to second base.
Now he swings and hits a slicing fly ball down the left field line. That'll go out of play.
And you say that. We know that. But hitting's hard. That's why you miss pitches like that. You foul them off. But that's what's made the Tigers so good these last few days. When at-bats need to end, regardless of pitch type, whether it be a fastball middle or a breaking ball middle, the ball's being moved forward. And that's what good offenses do.
And for a month, literally, it felt like they could never take advantage of a pitch they should drive. The 0-2, fastball up and in. And that's a long stretch of not futility, but really quiet stretches for the offense. It just felt like in Tampa, everything came together. It was a return of Torres and Carpenter, and it was all that hard work these hitters do every day in their approaches and working on their swings, whatever it might be. Swinging a pop-up foul third base side that's playable for Patrick Wisdom. He makes the catch just beyond third base in foul territory, about 10 feet foul. Carpenter pops out. But it felt like all those things started to come together. I was talking about it with Matt Bierling. He just said it became very infectious after the way Game 1 started with a bang. They built the 6-2 or 6-0 and 8-2 leads. They had to hang on in that game. But it just carried over. And he said that the dugout was just so energized.
Yeah.
The entire series. But the way it started against some pretty good pitching from Tampa, swinging a tap foul off the bat of Riley Green, strike one. And that's the amazing thing. For an offense that's been struggling for 31 games, averaging under 3 runs a game, just one game, and all of a sudden it turns around and becomes, and we've talked about it plenty, but it's one of the more amazing things to watch in baseball.
That's what it is sometimes.
Infectious in a bad way for 31 games, and infectious in a very good way for 3, and maybe a whole lot more.
And the funny part is, Matt Bierling's a very honest person. We're not worried about it. It's going to be okay. We're not going to let the momentum fool us. And then when it's going well, we're just taking it one thing. And you guys are lying.
The strike one. Ground ball fouled on the first base line.
Absolutely. You want to be, when it's going good, you want to be part of it, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody was a part of it.
Yes. And when it's not going well, it's like, you say the right things, but man, I'm part of it too. This stinks. What are we doing here?
No balls, 2 strikes to count on Riley Green. A man on, a man out. We're in the 6th inning. 3-1 Tigers. The 0-2 from Wu. Fastball up. That's a good take. Yes.
Tigers, for the most part, have done a good job cutting the top of that zone off. Couple chases up, but that's it.
Left side of the infield shifts to the right. That puts the rookie Emerson right up the middle at short. The 1-2 slider at the back foot misses. Line for Brian Wu so far, 3 runs on 6 hits, no walks because he just doesn't walk batters. 6 strikeouts. His pitch count at a reasonable 82 here in the 6th inning. Pitch number 83 on the way to Riley Green. Ground ball to second base. Young flips to Emerson. The rookies completed an easy 4-6-3. Inning-ending double play. Tigers get a single and no more. 6th inning today, brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Go in and experience the Demmer difference. We played 6, first of 3, Tigers and Mariners. 3-1 Tigers on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by...
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, everybody's there having a good time rooting us on. So I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the Tourist Park, and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Seventh inning is brought to you by Snethkamp Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The Snethkamp Automotive family is celebrating 100 years for great Michigan locations. Victor Robles will lead off for the Mariners. Seventh inning, 3-1 Tigers. Drew Anderson on the mound. First pitch fastball. 95 down, 8-9-1 hitters. Battle, a grind. I think a grind is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
For Framber Valdez tonight. 1-0. Ground ball on a high chop to Victor or to Gleyber Torres at second base. He fields and flips over to first. Nice easy routine ground ball. One up and one down in the seventh inning. Drew Anderson in the second inning of work. Still a light rain. This rain just won't leave. Most people have returned to their seats though. Good crowd on hand. Love to see out here the next 2 days. 2 afternoon games. That's kind of a rarity at this time of year. Colt Emerson batting. First pitch curveball is just a little bit high. Gator Montero against Bryce Miller tomorrow. The Mariners have so much starting pitching. They're going to a 6-man rotation for the time being. Colt Emerson swings and taps another curveball. Foul, dribbles out in front of home plate. Bryce Miller's been injured, and he's been piggybacking with Castillo.
Yeah, I was going to mention they were piggybacking starters in the big leagues. That's when you know you've got a lot of starting pitching. That's a tactic you use in the minor leagues when you got a lot of guys you think could possibly start in the big leagues and you're trying to bank innings. You'll have one starter come in the fifth after the other guy.
Swinging a fly ball left field. This one's deep. Roddy Green going back to the wall at the fence. He's going to jump up, and it is gone. A home run. Colt Emerson, the 20-year-old rookie, goes right down the left field line. A left-handed batter going opposite field in the corner. He's just hit his 4th major league home run in 54 at-bats. Cuts the Tigers' lead to 3-2.
Dan, you got to be pretty strong. He's not a big guy, but you got to be some kind of strong to go backside down the line like that. Colt Emerson took a Drew Anderson fastball up and away from him and just barreled it and dumps it into the bullpen. That ball was hit.
It really was. Patrick Wisdom swings and pops it up into shallow right field. Gleyber Torres one step onto the outfield grass. Makes the catch. The very next batter makes it out on the first pitch. 3-2, and Drew Anderson, who is absolutely rolling for the Tigers for such a long stretch, he's now given up his 3rd home run in his last 4 outings. He's been kind of unhittable over his previous 9 games. No home runs, just 3 runs in 22 innings of work on 14 hits with 28 strikeouts. Stuff still looks good, Bobby. It's just so odd to see him give up all these home runs.
Yeah, it does look good. I mean, the ball's coming out the way it's supposed to, 96, 97 miles an hour. There's sharpness on in good line on the curveball. A kick change. That's maybe the only thing that if you want to knock something, it's been up more than it's been down.
Yep. 1-1 shot down the left field line. Fair ball into the corner. That'll be extra bases for Julio Rodriguez. Roddy Green fields it off the left field wall in the corner. Gets it in to Zach Short. Rodriguez sharp double on the 1-1. Absolutely ripped that ball into the left field corner. Another changeup that just stayed up.
Thigh high changeups get hit hard. Julio Rodriguez does a nice job of keeping that ball fair down the left field line. Once it got down there, it was sure double.
Kick change really wasn't a weapon because it wasn't even a strike to ball pitch for Drew Anderson. Swinging a fly ball to right. This is deep, going back at the wall. Carpenter makes the catch. Whoa, boy. Randy Arozarena can go opposite field for power, and he almost gave the Mariners the lead. Carpenter hauls it in, a step from the wall in right field.
Jammed and a little pop-up. Everybody's coming, but the pitcher wants it. Now he's going to give way.
What's he doing?
It's going to be dropped.
Keystone Cops on the infield for the Rockies.
Isbell's got a beat on there, battling the sun. He bobbles and recovers.
That's a highlight tape and a heck of a catch.
That went straight lawn dart. It's in the ground. On guard. That's it.
See, comes off that stool down there and makes a nice catch, a hot line drive.
And Vladdy's applauding.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Even better with a signature latte. Big B makes it better.
Meijer, the proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers, and we're cheering them on every game to a winning season. Home is where your team is, and our home is right here in Detroit.
Brian Wu delivers strike 1 to Spencer Torkelson, 7th inning, 3-2 Tigers lead. Sweeper perfect at the knees away. No balls and 2 strikes. Torkelson, Keith, and McKinstry. These 3 are a combined 0 for 6 against Patrick Wu. Edward Bizardo is up in the bullpen for Seattle. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Sweeper away. That was really ball out of hand, but Tork couldn't lay off. Another good start for Brian Wu. He's trying to go 7 for the 5th time this year.
Yeah, this guy, that's tough pitch right there. He's throwing him those fastballs away, and you're right, that was well off the plate, right out of hand. But when you throw 97, 98 miles an hour, you got to get that thing started.
Line drive, base hit off the bat of Colt Keith. Sinker away, sharp single into left field. Colt turns, holds at first base. A 1-out single. Tigers trying to add to a 3-2 lead in the 7th inning. We talked about all the walk-offs against the Tigers this year, and let's face it, a lot of that has, you can't expect the bullpen to be perfect every time, and a lot of that has been, as we've talked about, because the Tigers didn't add on runs.
That's exactly right.
To build a bigger lead. This is what we saw them do in Tampa. See if they can add on here. McKinstry at the plate. Line drive, base hit, 1 hop off the dirt. Past the diving Emerson at short. Keith has to stop at second. Zach McKinstry, first hit of the night, puts runners at first and second, 1 out in the 7th.
Yeah, nice job by Zach McKinstry right here. Gets that high fastball. It wasn't on the top rail. He got him down. But one thing we've seen from Zach McKinstry this year that we didn't see last year, a lot more balls in the air to left field. He got that top hand moving, got on top of that baseball, and hit that 1 hopper through the left side.
Garver out to talk with his pitcher, Brian Wu. 2 on, 1 out, 7th inning. Zach Short has struck out twice. Dan Wilson right there at the bottom step. He's actually up onto the bottom step. He wants his guy to get out Zach Short, and you would think Gleyber Torres, who has 2 hits tonight, would be the target for Bizzardo. Wu's gotten quite a few ground balls in key spots tonight. Had a double play turn behind him to end last inning. Not a ground ball pitcher. Zach Short knows how to get the ball in the air. Let's see if he can drive one to the gap. First pitch to Zach Short. Tight. Sweeper. Strike 1.
That's nasty right there.
Sure is.
Nasty right there from Brian Wu. That sweeper, again, it's not a big wide sweeper. It's got a little tilt to it. It's got some depth to it, more like an old school slurve, but he hits with it on strike 1.
The strike 1, swinging a shot into center field, a base hit. Keith didn't read it well. They're going to hold him at third. Rodriguez throw home. It was the right move by Joey Cora, but Keith didn't read the ball off the bat. He went back towards second base. Cost him a chance to score. Base hit loads the bases with 1 out for Gleyber Torres.
Oh, that's a great swing by Zach Short to get through that sinker. And as a base runner, you got to know where you're hit. You got to know where your fielders are. Colt Keith lost track of him, and he took a jab step back to second, and the second he did that, Joey Cora had to shut him down.
Dan Wilson on his way to the mound. That'll be the end of the night for Brian Wu. 3 straight singles here in the 7th inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. Gleyber Torres due up, and while the Mariners make the change, we'll pause to these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
This is Mark Snefkamp of the Snefkamp Automotive family.
So these is MLB Network talent stars.
Okay.
The stars of MLB Network. Can I trade a pack of these for a signed Lawrence Shahadi card?
How about we do a little bit of both? Money, a little trade.
Will you open it up and see if you like it?
They're really nice.
If I sign it, does that equal the Lawrence Shahadi 20?
All right.
Do we have a good trade?
We have a good trade. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Nice doing business with you.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Pitching change brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. Edward Bizzardo, we saw a lot in the postseason last year. This is just a very deep and talented back into the bullpen for Seattle. Bizzardo takes over with the bases loaded. 1 out. Gleyber Torres at the plate. First pitch to Torres in the dirt down the way. Backhanded by Garver. Ball 1.
Yeah, Bizzardo out of that pen. It's a simple arsenal. Sinker, sweeper. Going to get a lot of sinkers, a lot of two-seam fastballs, 63% of the time. That's what he's throwing towards home plate.
The 1-0. Whoa, up and in. Sinker. Head high. Gleyber leans back out of the way. 2-0.
He's got a split. Doesn't use it very often.
The lefties have the big edge against this righty. The 2-0. Paint. Sinker. A little swing back on the outside edge for a called strike 1. This has been the Mariners' best reliever at stranding inherited runners. He's been unbelievable this year. 16 inherited runners. He's allowed 1 to score. Line drive, right field. That one's deep, and that one is over the head of Robles. 1 run is in. Keith is in. Brown in third, heading home. McKinstry. 2-run double for Gleyber Torres and a 5-2 lead in the 7th.
Yeah, that's a great swing by Gleyber Torres. Two-seam fastball. We know how good Gleyber Torres is at getting to that two-seam fastball and how good his swing works the other way. He got both right there. Two-seamer that was thigh-high, and Gleyber smashes that ball over the head of Robles in right field. Picture perfect. Can't do any better than that, partner.
Now the infield in tight for Kevin McGonigal. Big 2-run double for Torres, and what a pick-me-up after the base running mistake by Colt Keith. The Tigers cash in. The strike 1 in the dirt. They've got 2 lefties in the bullpen. The lefties do a great job getting out lefties. The righties do not. It's an opportunity for Kevin McGonigal. Short coming down the line at third, taking his lead in fair territory with a lefty at the plate. Swinging a pop-up down the left field line, playable. Wisdom by the stands will make the catch. Forced the throw home, but no chance for advancement. A pop out in foul territory for the second out. That leaves it up to Dylan Dingler. He's been on a tear of late. Big series in Tampa, 9 RBIs. Came into this game 14 home runs and 43 RBIs. What a big hit from Gleyber Torres. Man, oh man. Zardo had really shut down righties this year. Short coming down the line at third, Torres at second. First pitch, two-seamer at the belt for a called strike 1. 5-2 Tigers in the 7th. Best pitching staffs in baseball. The Mariners, they've got the best bullpen, one of the best rotations. The strike 1. Bottom rail, ooh. I was about to say strike 2, but called ball 1.
And guess what, though, Dan? Mariners can't challenge.
Oh, that's right. That's where they probably would have liked to have made that challenge. The 1-1. Swinging a pop-up. Is it playable? It is. Naylor into foul territory will make the catch. Gleyber Torres delivers 3 singles, load the bases. His double over the head of Robles in right brings 2 runs home. We head to the 8th inning. Tigers in the first of 3 with Seattle have a 5-2 lead after 7 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
At Comerica Bank,
you've got to be very careful where you're going because you might not get there. But how exactly can you go from a yogi to a king to perfectos, the old professor, and pint talk? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
The rule was, can't be more than 18 inches of pine tar. Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he is. He's out. Yes, Brett is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
strikeout update brought to you every game by Carbless, the official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. Brian Wu finished the game with 7 strikeouts. Framber Valdez 5. Tigers take a 5-2 lead to the 8th inning. Big 2-run double from Gleyber Torres is taking a 3-2 game, made it a 5-2 game. Tyler Holton enters the game. First pitch to Josh Naylor. Fouled out of play. Starts him off with a sinker. Pitch and change brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. 8th inning is brought to you by Varsity Ford. Visit Varsity Ford in Ann Arbor today. The strike one. Sweeper misses in.
We did see Tyler in the Tampa series. First game of that series, inning and 2/3, gave up a hit. That was it. Did strike out one Ray.
That was a really good outing.
Yes.
Sweeper for a strike. He got Mullins on some of the best sweepers we've seen him throw this year. I was talking to him about it today, Bobby. Just said sometimes it's just, it's the sight lines. Sometimes it's just good luck. I got him to chase a little bit out of the strike zone. Line drive down the right field line. Hooking fair in the corner. And then hop the wall into the seats. Josh Naylor starts the 8th off with a double to right field. He's been trying to mix his pitches a little bit differently this year. He felt he had a little more life on the fastball the other day. Hasn't been quite the consistent year that he's wanted. I still feel like on any given day, Bobby, we're seeing some pretty sharp pitches. The key pitches for him, the sweeper against lefties, the cutter against righties. But it just, the consistency hasn't quite been there like we're used to seeing. Pitch away to Canzone, ball one.
And Dan, listen, I mean, this is going on his 4th year of being a big part of what's going on in that Tiger bullpen. You may have to mix up the mix a little bit.
Fastball away, sinker away, 2-0.
He's not a guy that's ever going to stuff you to death. And so when that's the case, and they've seen, all these hitters in the league, especially the ones in the American League and especially the ones in the Central, have seen what he has to offer. You may have to alter your mix a little bit to get guys out.
2-0. Canzone takes a sinker for a strike. Pinching for Refsnyder in the 6th inning, hit a fly ball to center field. That was off Drew Anderson. Rarely gets at bats against lefties this year, so all of his production's against righties, but he did hit lefties for a 276 average last year. Sweeper away, 3-1. Talked about throwing maybe more curveballs this year, but hasn't really changed. The pitch mix is very similar to what it was a year ago. 3-1. Two-seamer at the belt for a called strike. Numbers for Tyler Holton. This is his 27th appearance. ERA of 4.20. He's given up 30 hits in 28 innings. Low walk, strikeout rate a tick below 8/9. The 3-2. Ground ball and a high chop up the middle, fielded by Torres near second. Little easy flip to Torkelson at first. On a 3-2, induces the weak swing. Gets Naylor over to third with 1 out. That brings up Mitch Garver. Garver's 0 for 3. I was talking to him today about he's really good at stranding inherited runners. He did it the other day in that outing you mentioned in Tampa. Had 2 on 1 out, got out of that, stranded the 2 runners. First pitch, fastball for a called strike 1. He said it's something they worked out in college, Florida. They would just set up those situations again and again. Put guys on base, simulate, okay, you're going to get guys out, and you're going to strand these guys. Pitch in the dirt, and he said, I learned to embrace the situation and kind of feed off the adrenaline, play to the aggressiveness a little bit on the other side. But also he said that's the best feeling in the world when, let's say you leave guys on base and the guy behind you strands them. I know how it feels for that guy in the dugout who left the guys on base to have them stranded.
That's a real thing.
The 1-1. Swing and a pop-up. Shallow right field. Long run for Kerry Carpenter. He didn't see it. Oh, man. Ball dropped. I thought he couldn't see it, but he wasn't really calling for help. And then he realized he never saw the ball. The ball dropped. A run scores, and it's now 5-3.
Yeah, Dan, it's that kind of sky and that type of night where if you can't see it, you have got to be screaming at the top of your lungs from the very beginning. I need help. I can't see it. I can't see it. Consequently, a lot of times what happens is your infielders are going out there expecting you to catch it, but they can't take their eyes off the ball either. That's why you have to be very loud and let your partners know, I can't see this baseball.
Yeah, he didn't really let Glaber know until it was too late. Glaber's peeling away.
Yep.
Cole Young takes strike one, so that goes into the books as an earned run, but it should have been inning over. The strike one. Swinging a little flare over the outstretched glove of a lunging Zach Short into left field. Cole Young, a soft single into left. And now big trouble for Tyler Holton.
Just a jam job off the label.
Oh, that'll be the end of the night. Could have been 2 outs, man on third, and now it's a run in first and second, and still only 1 out. Tigers go to the bullpen. Kyle Finnegan coming on.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
There's so much history right here. And when I put it on and it's so light, it just feels just right. It feels just right. I mean, look at this. It got the city on it. When I was 7 years old, my uncle takes me where? To Shea Stadium. Darryl Strawberry hits a home run, and I become a fan for life.
The bubblegum blowing contest. It was fun. It was at a time when Topps included bubblegum in their baseball cards, and that was the gum we used. These are all my baseball cards. The Topps one is right there. It's developed into somewhat of a big nostalgic thing. And there are a lot of people that, you know, that's one of their favorite baseball cards. It's kind of crazy.
Swing big, you sip big. Carbliss, the official ready-to-drink cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. Find your bliss at drinkcarbliss.com.
Copyrighted broadcast presented by authority. The Detroit Tigers may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers. Luke Raley has grabbed a bat, and he will pinch hit Kyle Finnegan on the mound for the Tigers.
Yeah, Kyle Finnegan out of that Tiger bullpen. Four-seam fastball split. He'll mix that slider in on occasion, mainly just to the right-handed hitters.
Raley's having a very good year. First pitch, splitter, swing and a miss. One of the better splitters we have seen him throw, Bobby.
Yes, so important for that to have that good downward action. Strike the ball, throw it at the bottom rail, let it do the rest.
It has been problematic for him this year. Best pitch last year, best pitch usually most years. It's been his most hittable pitch because of its inconsistencies. So far this year, the strike one, swing and a miss. That's a good 1-2 punch. Splitter down, fastball running away from the lefty.
Yeah, it's a four-seamer. That one had some running action on it for sure, to the arm side. Good life on it too, 96 miles an hour.
Raley hitting 268 with power. Splitter misses down, but that's where you want that miss to be. 13 home runs for Luke Raley in just 160 at-bats. Doesn't face lefties. He is torching righties this year. Big threat at the plate. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Got him with a splitter.
Those were good ones right there. That's the best splitters we've seen in quite some time, Dan. That very first one and that one that put Rayleigh away was absolutely filthy.
Wow. We have been waiting to see that pitch beautifully diving away from a lefty. Cole Demerson at the plate. Lefty hit a home run last time up. First pitch, swing and a miss. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Garver the runner at second. Young the runner at first. The strike one. Ground ball and a high chop to first. Torkelson will charge. Scoop the short hop. Cross the bag with his right foot and head into that Tigers dugout on the third base side. Made it look easy. It wasn't. And Kyle Finnegan does the job, strands two.
Liner to right field. Nishida gets there in time.
It is caught. Take it back, Sterling Thompson.
Grounded right side. Nunez over to get it in the hole. What a play to get the lead runner.
Here comes Owen Casey coming on into a slide. He's got it.
Pulled out to third. A diving stop to his right by Riley. Quick onto his feet. Throws over for the out.
Emo fighting the sun. Racing in. Dives. Rolls. And makes the catch.
Juan racing back. Still going back. Makes the catch. Hit that wall hard. Loop down to right. Suzuki sliding. And he made the grab. What a catch.
Toward the foul line, Nimmo coming on, and he makes another sliding catch.
Oh, barehanded by Turner, and Turner is able to throw out a very speedy runner. Liner caught by Rengifo. He went as high as he could and brought it down.
Down the right field line, three Rangers converging.
What a play by Freeman. Did he hold on? He did.
You're going to see this one on the highlights.
So the museum opened in 1999. Grandpa was just an amazing human being, and we want to share his legacy with the next generation of baseball fans and non-baseball fans alike. I kind of like to have the cards as a reminder, like I can kind of look at his face and see what he looked like that year. It just kind of helps me visualize in my mind what it would have been like to see him play, because I didn't get that chance.
.org.
Hardest working player brought to you every game by Carhartt. Proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball, the hard-working people who make it possible. I think Framber Valdez was the hardest working tonight. We felt he was grinding.
He was.
He gave the Tigers 5 important innings and gave up just 1 run. The Tigers take a 5-3 lead at the bottom of the 8th inning. Kerry Carpenter takes a slider away. 1. Alex Hoppe on the mound, rookie making his 13th appearance of the year.
Yeah, big arm out there, 97 miles an hour average. Those more sliders and fastballs, though.
There is another slider for a called strike one.
Yeah.
Carpenter with a big hit, 2-run home run in the third, broke a 1-1 tie.
4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, slider, changeup. Half of what he throws to home plate is going to be that slider.
The 1-1. Another slider. This one bounces. 2-1. Kerry Carpenter hit a slider from Brian Wu out. The 2-1. Fastball off the plate and in. 99 in from the 6'1", 200-pound righty. Way over on the first base side of the rubber. That's where Brian Wu works, over on the first base side. Most righties work over toward the third base side. From the stretch, the 3-1. Zips a 99. Boy, that's a nice, easy ball. Just jumps out of his hand.
He throws more sliders and fastballs. I don't get it. It's easy fuzz at 99 with some good traits to it, and you rip slider every pitch. Somebody help me. I don't get this new baseball.
The 3-2, swing and a miss. He got him with the slider. That's why, Bobby, apparently.
Ooh, I guess, Dan. I don't know.
It makes your brain hurt, though, doesn't it, when you see that 99, because that ball jumps.
I just work here, Dan. I tried to work down there. I didn't do a great job of it. Oh, man.
I mean, that's just That ball has life. Riley Green takes a changeup at 93 for a called strike one. Little swing back action to a lefty. Starts off the plate and in, and then onto the plate. Riley had a big series in Tampa, 1 for 3 tonight. Swinging a line drive, base hit in left, make it 2 for 4. Rosarena will field it on a couple of skips. Green with a sharp single into left center. 1-out single in the 8th inning. 3-2 game going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Brian Wu still on the mound. The Tigers got singles from Keith, McKinstry, and Short to load the bases. Reliever Bizardo comes in. Torres lines it over the head of Robles and right. 2-run double. The big hit since the Carpenter 2-run home run gave the Tigers a lead in the 3rd. Torkelson 0 for 3 today. First pitch slider strike on the outside edge. He's in hitting .214. 8 home runs, 23 RBIs. AJ's talked about the need to see just some of the production, the singles, the doubles in between home runs. And he has, Bobby, on the road trip. He had 4 singles, 2 doubles. And we saw him starting to take the ball to right field. Just felt like there were some good signs for him to try to lift the batting average, but also have more productive at-bats.
I completely agree. And you look at, in Tampa, you look across the way at a guy like Junior Caminero. A couple times in that series, took 2-strike approaches, just flipped some balls the other way for base hits. And you'll get to your power with pitches that allow you to do it.
1-1, swing and a miss. Oh, he jumped out of his shoes at a slider that backed up a little bit on Hoppy, 1-2.
Yeah, that's the one you recognize, but it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, Dan. The old backup slider, best pitch ever created. Got slider spin, stays dead straight, you swing right through it.
The 1-2, swinging the fly ball, left field. This one's deep, got a chance. Goodbye. Kept throwing the slider and hung one. And Spencer Torkelson did not miss. 9th of the year. 7-3 Tigers in the 8th.
When at-bats end, when they're supposed to, regardless of pitch type, Dan, we talk about it for a reason. He got the hanging slider to pitch before, or the backup slider that didn't do what it was supposed to. This one did. It hung, and torches that ball to left field.
Big smile on his face going to that Tigers dugout. 9th of the year. And this is what we saw in Tampa. The Tigers continuing to add runs for really the better part of a month, more than a month. 31 games going back to the end of April. The Tigers just had such a tough time adding on runs, having innings with multiple runs, having multiple run innings in a game.
Yeah.
This is fun to watch, and this is a really good Seattle team. 2nd best in run prevention in the American League to the Yankees. Foul out of play on a 1-1 for Cole Keith. He falls behind 1-2. 7-3 Tigers in the 8th.
And Dan, that's the all-important 4th run that Torque was able to push across too. Big deal to get that 4th run as far as cushion goes.
Yep. Nice to see the home run power again tonight.
Yep.
10 home runs in 3 games in Tampa. 2 home runs tonight from Carpenter and Torkelson. The 1-2, soft little tap foul. What will be the signs for you, Bobby, that Cole Keith is getting to where he wants to be? Just driving a fastball somewhere?
Just hitting, driving a fastball somewhere. We thought we saw it in that Angel series before the Tigers got on the road. He split the gap in left center field. And just staying behind the ball a little bit better.
Slider away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I really thought, Dan, think that when he hit that ball to left center field and split that gap.
Beat Trout to the wall.
Beat Trout to the wall. I thought, okay, here we go. We're starting to get back in. It hasn't quite happened the way we thought, though.
2-2, check swing, and home plate umpire Eric Bacchus says he went too far. Cole Keith strikes out for the 2nd out of the 8th inning. 7-3 Tigers. Love to see you out here tomorrow. Cater Montero on the mound for the Tigers. Bryce Miller's had an injury-shortened season, but they're trying to figure out how to get him back into the rotation when they've got 5 guys who've all made 10 or 12 starts. And you're not going to put Castillo in the bullpen. He's had a tough year, but he's getting better. So Bryce Miller is going to make it a 6-man rotation. That's the depth that Seattle has. It's a good matchup. 110 start tomorrow and 140 on Sunday. Strike one to Zach McKinstry. Slider away. Look at the at-bats in the 7th inning. It was Keith, McKinstry, and Short. They've been a combined 0 for 6 with 5 punch-outs against Brian Wu. And those are the 3 singles that ignited the mini rally in the 7th, swinging a soft tap foul. Really good at bats, but really that's the indication of how this offense has changed.
Yes, absolutely.
Contributions from top to bottom.
That's right. There was for a while there in the middle of May, Dan. It was if you got past 3, maybe 4 spot in the order. I won't say it was smooth sailing, but it wasn't much there. Now the guys have kicked it back in.
1-2, swing and a miss. Slider down at the feet of Zach McKinstry. Garver will throw down to first to complete the strikeout. 2-run home run from Spencer Torkelson widens the lead. We head to the 9th. 7-3 Tigers on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
Is your game plan to buy or refi a home this year? Your winning play starts with a look.
By the sidewall, slides. He made the catch. He hangs on. Isaac Collins slid into the short sidewall in the left field corner and made a terrific backhand grab.
Came back to his splitter and gets his 8th strikeout of the day.
Look out, San Diego Padres.
With Zach Wheeler 7 strong for the Phillies here this afternoon.
Through Gilbert, he caught it. Takes a home run away, holding up the ball with his hand, letting everybody know.
Swung on that, is hit high and deep, down the left field line, towards the corner. Goodbye! It's a walk-off blast, and the Diamondbacks win the finale. That one back, gone. Petro Armstrong will touch them all. PCA trying to win it here in the 9th. In the air, falling. Base hit.
Oh my goodness!
And the Cubs
look at this place.
This is one for the memory banks.
His first at-bat in exactly a month, May the 2nd.
3-1 is charged up, high and deep, left center field, Gleyber Torres, welcome back. Big smiles in that dugout.
Are you kidding me? He was talking about his timing being off in those first 2 games on his rehabilitation assignment. It doesn't seem like there was any timing issues on that one. I'm not going to take it and work a walk, a measly walk. I'm putting this on the board right away.
Elevate your small business's game. Visit Comerica.com/succeed to learn how. Today's game brought to you in part by Corwell Health, reminding you together we can overcome any obstacle, fight any battle. Will Vest takes over on the mound for the Tigers, protecting his 7-3 lead in the 9th.
Yeah, Will Vest out of that Tiger pen. 2-4-seam fastball, slider, changeup. Last time we saw him was in that Tampa series on the first night. Inning in 2/3, did give up a couple hits and an earned run. He'd strike out 2 Rays.
His 9th inning might have been the most important 9th inning of the first 2 months.
Yeah.
Patrick Wisdom takes a strike. Inherited a bases loaded jam. He got a ground ball. Didn't get an out. Got another hot shot ground ball. Didn't get an out. Check swing. Did not go. Chris Siegel on the appeal. 1 ball, 1 strike. And then he got a double play ground ball, and Highly dropped it. He grinded. He went 26 pitches to get the last couple of outs. Shot to first, backhanded by Torkelson. Fires to Vest, who will make the play at first base. 3-1 goes the put out. Another fine throw from Spencer Torkelson. But Bobby, 26 pitches to get through the 8th. There were no other options for the 9th. The Rays had just made a 10-5 game, a 10-9 game. Really, even though Will Vest made pitches, and then he goes out for the 9th inning, 1-2-3.
That was impressive. Like you said, He walked off that field after 26 pitches in the 8th. Looked down the bullpen. There's no one moving. You got it, big boy. He came back out, saddled up, said, I got it.
And it really, I mean, they had to get that win.
Yes.
He knew it, and he made sure it was going to be a routine 1-2-3 ninth, getting Caminero, Volleyed, and Mesa Jr. Rodriguez takes 1-0. A little bit high now. 2-0 is fouled out of play. Quickly 2-1 on Julio Rodriguez. He's got a couple of hits tonight. Single and a line drive double. Both hit hard, plus a walk. Dangerous, dangerous hitter. And if he's heating up now, look out. He might be primed for a big, big year. Swing and a miss. Wicked slider. Low and away. 2-2.
Just a good pitch. Tight slider. Strike the ball slider. Ends up bouncing in the dirt.
Fast works from the stretch, middle of the rubber. Sets the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Riding fastball up and in. Wipes out Rodriguez. 2 outs in the 9th.
Yeah, you throw him a slider down for ball 1. A sinker he fouls off down. Uses that sinker down. Throws a second slider. Swing and miss over the top. Now you can go back. You can double up on that slider again, or you can go top shelf that heater. He goes upstairs and just beats Julio.
2 outs in the 9th. 32,000 plus on their feet here at Comerica Park. First pitch fastball to Randy Arozarena. Strike 1. Good way to start the weekend. Tiger bats continue to stay hot. Clutch pitching, line drive, base hit in the right center field gap. That'll be extra bases. That's triple territory. Zach McKinstry will get the ball in, and Arozarena will stop at second base. 2-out double in the 9th inning, with the Tigers leading by 4.
Randy Arozarena don't miss many hanging sliders. That one hung up a little bit. Splits that gap in right field. Ends up on second base.
Matt Beerling now in center. Zach McKinstry has moved to right. Josh Naylor checks his swing and a pitch that bounced, appeal to third. James Jean says he did not go. Two outs in the 9th. Will Best trying to close it out. Naylor's got a couple of hits today. Bunt single and a double. Fastball high and away. 2-0. Best kicks at the dirt at the rubber. Settles in middle of the rubber. Ball behind the back. Glove at the chest. Right by the Old English tee. Sets 2-0. Fastball high. Big miss. 3-0 on Naylor. 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 3 runs, 11 hits for Seattle. The 3-0 outside. He walked him on 4 pitches.
Looks like Josh Naylor was going to tap his helmet to challenge.
He was going to challenge what he thought was going to be called a strike. So 2 mistakes there. It was called a ball.
It's a ball. And they don't have
and
any.
You don't have a challenge. He certainly wanted the challenge. Dominic Canzone swings, pops it up, fouled and out of play. Riding 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Dangerous hitter at the plate. Canzone been around. He never really had a productive year until last year. Just carried that into this year. The strike 1. Change up 91. Bounces. 1 ball, 1 strike. 7 home runs and 120 at bats against righties this year. Got pretty good plate discipline and solid bat-to-ball skills. The 1-1, soft tap foul. Changeup was up a little bit, but he fouled it right at home plate. And the Mariners down for the second time to their last strike. (7-3) Tigers in the ninth inning, trying to start the weekend off on a high note against a hot Mariners team. 2 on, 2 outs. The 1-2. Swing and a soft tap foul. That's a pretty good foul because that was a sharp slider down.
It was. It was one of the better ones Will Vest has thrown.
Two-out double for Rosarena. The 4-pitch walk to Josh Naylor. Dominic Canzone waiting on another 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup. Tigers win. Four straight wins for the Tigers. Sweep the Rays, face a hot Mariners team. The bats stay hot and the pitching is clutch. Our final score to start a weekend series against the Mariners, the Tigers 7 and the Seattle Mariners 3.
There are trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra with the capability to handle what life throws your way. That's the GMC Sierra, where power meets precision in a truck that leads where it matters